the entry of Gader, making a fence. He says everyone has to know themselves. Mitzvah kol echad miYisrael lasot gader. Kedei shelo ya'avor Torah. Pasuk says in Sefer Yikra, "O shmartem shmarti." Torah says you have to make a fence for Hashem's laws. So therefore, a person knows that he's very, very susceptible to doing averot. So if he has to go out of his way to go and protect himself and not put himself in a situation. He says, for example, a person knows that he comes to drink, he's going to drink a lot. He starts with his friends with alcohol, he's going to go and drink too much, he's going to go and lose himself. So a person has to make a fence, and he says, I'm sorry, I can't drink. Why? Drink, just one. Just listen, with me, it's not just one. You know how it starts? Therefore, I better not start. So therefore, he says also, person he goes and he eats too much, or he goes and he talks in places that he's not supposed to talk. The poskim bring also, if a person's going to go to shul and all he's going to do in shul is just talk. So therefore, over there, it's not a mitzvah to come to the shul and just talk. If you want to come to shul and pray. No, but a person shouldn't learn from you and say, "Oh, Rabbi, I'm going to talk in shul, so that's why I don't go to shul." No. You learn from this that you should go to shul and don't talk, but don't think shul can, God forbid, become like a social club. You see your friends once a week, that you want to speak to them. So therefore, he says you have to make a fence and protect yourself from putting yourself in a situation where you come to do a sin. The Gemara Masechet Batra says there was a case where a guy is passing by. He has two paths to go. One path is going to be longer through the city. Another path is going to be shorter, but it's going to be by along the river. And what is by the river? There's ladies doing laundry. And when ladies do laundry, they're more revealing. So therefore, a person might see something inappropriate. Like Gemara says in Masechet Batra, a guy says, "I'll go down the path with the river, and I won't look. I'll be tzaddik, I won't look." Says the Gemara, what do you call him? Rasha. You call him wicked. Why? Because who are you to put yourself in a situation and say, "Yeah, I'll overcome"? No, Rabbi, the halacha is for everybody else. For me, I'm above. I won't fall on the test. A person has to be not kidding himself, and he has to realize that you cannot put yourself in a situation. Don't put yourself in a test. So therefore, he says, לא ילך אחר המותרות והייסורין וגם לא יהיה פרוש מן העולם ולא יהיה צדיק הרבה לכל דבר יש גבול לפי מה שהוא אדם. So first has to realize what's the point of using these things in this world. A person has to elevate everything in this world, right? The world is a stage for us to use everything in it for it to serve HaKadosh Baruch Hu. So the person has the food. Rambam writes, his food can be a mitzvah if he's using it for a mitzvah. He's saying, I'm eating now for the sake of a mitzvah, so I have strength to do mitzvah later. Person goes to sleep. Sleeping can be a mitzvah, Rambam says. If he goes to sleep, so I have strength, energy tomorrow. But it's all in what? What's your intention? What's the point of you doing this? Person can elevate everything. He has a car now. This car I bought for the sake of making myself be able to drive and do mitzvot and go and to do good things and serve Hashem with it. As opposed to a person can do all these things also, but a negative connotation, right? I'm sleeping because I like to sleep. I'm eating because I like to eat. I'm driving this car because I like to show what kind of car I have. A person can do everything in two different ways, and he says a person is to try to always do it for the elevated way, and to make it sure that he uses it for the right way, and that way he'll come less to sin. He says, what helps also? He says a person has to do cheshbon nefesh. He says, Riyah mevidei schira, schira levidei asiyah. Says when you see things, it reminds you, and when you remind yourself constantly many times, it will lead to action. So therefore, he recommends a person should sit down once a day and do cheshbon nefesh. Cheshbon nefesh, calculation of your deeds, calculation of your soul. Where am I going in life? Am I doing the right thing? Am I improving? Am I going up? Am I going down? Am I doing a lot of averot? Which averot am I doing every day? The person has to have time for self-reflection. A lot of times, you can just go through life, and you'll be rushed, and then you'll realize at the end of the day, wow, I never thought about what am I supposed to do in my free time. It just happens. I can't believe all these things are happening. I'm doing this and that sin. I have to sit down and talk to myself and get myself collected, motivate myself next time not to do these things. And that's why Mitzvah Shani writes that Paro, how did he make the Jewish people stay in Galut so long? If they would have prayed and they would have done mitzvot, they would have gone out earlier. But how did he make them stay so long? He says because the Messiah Yeshua says he knew the secret of how the Jewish people are not going to grow. How are Jewish people not going to grow? Make them so busy with a bazillion things, they have no time to think about their neshama, to think about their ruchaniyut. So therefore he made them slaves and made them work all day and all night. So therefore when they came home, what they do? just shower and go to sleep. Feed me and go to sleep. I have no time to think about praying. I have no time to think about learning. I have no time to think about, was I a good person today? Was I a bad person today? Why? That's the secret of the Yetzer Hara. Busy, busy, busy. That way, no time for neshama. So therefore, a person who lives in our today's generation, he has to make sure that he doesn't get caught up with the hustle and bustle of every day. You have work, then you have the weddings, then you have your family, then you have your own personal time, then you have your all millions of things. Your family, her family, all the millions of things could go and bother you and take up your time. A person has to make sure that he has time for himself to recollect and think about his neshama, because a lot of times the Yetzer Hara will do, it make you busy, and therefore you have no time to think about mitzvot. So therefore a person we all should be blessed to set aside time for cheshbon nefesh, and we should grow ma'ala.